All right, let's get the show cracking. A lot to talk about. Monday Night Football's coming up. The Lions and the 49ers. No, they're not in San Francisco. They're so far away from San Francisco. Santa Clara, is that what they call it?
Yeah, it's like the Pontiac Silverdome with the Lions. Remember that?
Yeah, I mean, just like people be like, oh, yeah. No, it's far. It's
Palace of
far.
Auburn Hills was just a lot for the Pistons in Detroit.
It was far as well. So let's start here. Saquon Barkley, over 2,000 yards now, right? He's
sir.
101 away?
Mm-hmm. 101, like the 101 freeway Kerry Rhodes is on right now. Didn't want to stay with us.
And, there's questions because the 76ers, the Eagles are locked into their playoff position. And it's like, do you play a guy in a meaningless game with the potential of getting hurt? They have bigger plans. They want to make a run, another trip to the Super Bowl. It's a dicey thing. I don't think it's a layup, and probably have to see what happens. Maybe let him start the game. If he busts a big run, then you keep him in and hope he can get it quickly. If not, and it's a struggle, maybe you take him out because you don't want him to get hurt. Where are you? Yeah,
it's a tough one because he kind of did what you were hoping he wouldn't if you're the organization, if you planned on not going for it. Because, he rushed for $167, so you're like, oh, shoot, he made this thing very feasible. Like, last game, had he only rushed for like 60, you'd be like, all right, just give it up. You're not going for 200 yards. But he made it very, very possible, even possible to get it done in the first half. Here's what he had to say on the proposed idea of playing or not playing.
I'm not, overly trying to go get it. I'm not scared of it. Like, I would love to, but at the end of the day, also we got bigger things that we're focusing on, and we're able to clinch the division right here. Whether it's we play next week or not and rest, I'm fine with that too, because I didn't come here and sign here just to rush for 2,000 or break a record. I want to do something special, meaning special with the team.
That's the guy the Giants didn't sign. Like seriously. Like, if you ever forget about everything, that's the guy you didn't sign and you passed on, who the owner already said that he was his favorite player. Mm-hmm. And listen to this guy. Listen to this guy, and this is what you hope that you hear.
Biggest jersey sales, everything.
Yeah, like he's like, if I get it or whatever, that's not what I came here for. And if it happens, it happens. But it's not something that you should really like go all out or put yourself in harm's way or struggle to do it. If it happens, especially early, to me, I would let him get some carries early.
Oh yeah, we're gonna try to knock this out as fast as possible. And if you got 6 carries for 9 yards, then maybe you're coming out. Yeah, but they're not. You know what I mean? If you break through with a 40-yarder, okay, we're gonna try to make this happen. If he gets them in chunk yards, you know what I mean. So we give you 10 carries. You do 3 yards here, 18 yards here, 5 yards here, 12. You start looking up. All right, he's chipping away at this thing really fast. I don't think you go for it in the sense of we're going 30 attempts, whatever it takes. No. No. But in the natural flow, which for him is averaging like 5.5, 6 yards a carry, then, that's where we're going to go.
Well, here's the other part.
Yeah.
If they're blowing out the other team early, then you got to take them out. You're like this is a
we can't make sense of this. We can't. But the biggest thing for me, and I said this last week, we talked about this, is I love the irony of the football gods giving them the layup of, and not only you got a shot to do it, a record that's been sitting around for 40 years, you get a chance to do it against the Giants, the team who said, no, we're not going to have a $12 million back. That's what we don't want. They said that. We don't want a $12 million back.
No, right. And let us show you the chart.
Let us show you why it makes sense.
Let us show you what's the general manager, Rob G. Let me show you the chart on running backs at 27 and how that they go
down. It's not worth the investment. Well,
exactly.
Where's that
chart?
Let me show the Giants their chart.
Yes.
3-13.
Yes, that's their
chart.
Watch
this, Rob. 3-13. You know what else is on this chart? Saquon Barkley to the Eagles, your rival, who your own owner said I would really hate for him to go there. He goes there. Guess who's 13-3?
Exactly.
The Eagles. Guess who has a chance to break the single-season record? Already went for over 2,000 and maybe even possibly an MVP. You never know. Saquon Barkley. And last point that's on my little spreadsheet here, Rob Parker.
But he didn't get in 16 games.
Guess who's not here? Daniel Jones ain't here.
Oh, yeah. Where's Daniel Jones?
So the guy, not only did we lose the guy in Saquon,
the guy that you
the
wanted,
other guy ain't even here.
Right.
So you talk about a horrific outcome 12 months, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know how the general manager survived.
That is just horrific. We lost the guy, the star, who's balling out of control for the Eagles, our rival who we didn't want to see him have success with. And then we lost the quarterback, don't have a quarterback, don't know what we're doing. You could argue, it's a conversation we'll have later, winning games when maybe you shouldn't. It's gone downhill horribly bad for them. And the irony of it does add fuel. He will never mention it because he's that type of guy. Man, I'm just here, keep my head down, I want to play hard.
I believe him though. I don't think that
I think he wants it, but he won't break his neck for it. I believe he absolutely.
He even said like I'm not running away from it, but but it's not why I came here.
I believe he's gonna put a little extra pep in his step because I think they're gonna tell him, look, man, we're gonna give you a few cracks at it. You break a 20-yarder here.
I'll tell you this though, if they're playing the Giants, I'm loading the box. I'm letting.
You ain't doing this.
I'm letting.
It's gonna be the hardest 100 yards of your life.
Of your life. I'm gonna let the wide receivers be wide open. I'm not kidding you. Do you know what? I remember who was a women's basketball player, Rob G, who was going for the record.
Was that Lisa Leslie?
No, she was injured. She was with UConn. There was like a.
Yes, that was Breonna Stewart, I believe.
She was hurt. Rob G, right? Can somebody look that up?
I think that was Breonna Stewart, and
they let her go on the court in like I don't know if she had a boot or something. She was injured,
and they're like, "Go get that point, go get that bucket."
And if I had been the coach on the other team, I would have 4 girls
5-on-1.
I would have 4 girls surround her and say, "Do not let her score. I don't care what. I'm not." Who was it?
Keisha Sales.
Keisha Sales.
For who? What school?
We're figuring this out right
now.
Yeah.
I just want to get it right.
For UConn.
UConn, yeah, so you're right.
And legendary Husky, Aaron Torres.
Right, Aaron.
Shout out to Aaron.
Right. I remember that, and you know what I would have done?
Boxing one.
I would have not let her score.
You got 5 fouls. Use them all.
No way would I let her score because she was injured.
Nah,
and
we ain't making no Hallmark story on us.
She couldn't run down the court.
We checking her 94 feet.
So she's cherry picking, standing there waiting to score a couple of baskets that she needed.
Y'all not about to get this 30 for 30 on us.
So if I'm the Giants, I'm sorry. Wide receivers be wide open.
A.J. Brown about to have
exactly
17 catches for 235 yards.
Are you against that?
No, listen.
I'm dead serious.
At some point, pride has to just come in here. And the Giants, this is all the pie in your face, if you will. And I just got, I got to redeem something. So I'm telling everybody, I got bonuses for everybody. Listen, I'm not saying interim, but what I'm saying is if we hold them to under 100, everybody gets 100,000. 50,000, something like that. All the defensive players get $50,000 if we hold them under 100 yards.
I don't know if they're going to do that.
Don't tell anybody we're doing this. Everybody sign an NDA because we can't do this. This will be the last smack in the face.
This is another bounty.
This is the bounty gate. It's it's like the no yardage gate.
Right.
Rob and I are talking about Saquon Barkley, 101 yards away from breaking Eric Dickerson's record. I say you go for it for the most part. Obviously, I'm not going to rush him 35 times, but if it's sitting there and it's there to be taken, do it. Rob's kind of on the fence saying, early on.
I'm not on the fence. It's not. He did it. He's going to do it in 17 games, not 16, so don't do it.
You're saying the record don't matter anyway?
Yes.
Well, that happens all the time, though. They went from 14 games to 16 games to 17 games.
I understand.
All right, what do you got? 877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you.
James in Oklahoma. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, James?
What's up, man?
Rob, Kelvin, Happy New Year, guys.
How are you? Happy New Year.
Absolutely. One thing I just wanted to, in regard to the Saquon Barkley record, and I watched a little bit, watched football all day yesterday.
Yep.
Heard Tom Brady talking about it. I've not heard anyone discuss the extra 17th game. Is that not?
Well, that's what Rob just said.
Are we kind of ignoring that?
Yes, a lot of people are.
Like everyone's ignoring that point.
I agree. I don't know why. I understand that's the season now, and when Eric Dickerson broke OJ's, right? OJ did it in 14 games.
Yeah, that's the problem.
14.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think I'd have to look at it because I think, to be fair, James, it should be probably on carries, like
attempts
to get to that number, and then you could really take a look at it. If Saquon had 100,
Rob, you just made a good point, real quick. You know what? And to be honest, I mean, I'm roundly about, probably your age. Kelvin probably is a little bit younger. I'm 47, but
yeah, a little younger.
I forgot OJ did it in 14 games.
Yep.
So that's a great point. I didn't think about that. That's a great point.
Yeah.
So we've always said,
it's gonna,
Eric Dickerson's the guy, but he did it in 16 and OJ did it in 14. So that's a really good point. I didn't even think about that.
That's why you have to count Saquon's because of Eric breaking.
If Eric is breaking OJ's, I think you're going to need context when it comes to records, period. Like, they're going to say, think of all the people that are going to pass Ray Allen and Reggie Miller in threes. But we all know they weren't better shooters. It's just Reggie shot 4 or 5 a game, not 12, 13 a game. If Reggie Miller shot 13 threes a game,
it'd be different.
Larry Bird, their records would be through the roof because of how high percentage they would shoot him at.
When Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's mark, the anti Hank Aaron people said, well, Babe Ruth played 154 games, Hank Aaron played 162, but then when they did the at-bats, actually Hank Aaron had more home runs and less at-bats than Babe Ruth.
Yeah, they never they broke it down that way.
When you broke it down, you couldn't take it away from him, even though he had more games.
The onus will be on us to contextualize and be wise about these records. You know what I mean?
Bernie,
what's
in
up?
Alabama, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Hey, how you guys doing? I just want to say the New Year's about change, and I know this show has changed quite a bit. And Kellen, I want to give you your flowers. I was a huge Broussard fan. I was huge. I used to listen every day, and I was like, I don't know. I listen still every night. I respect your input, so I just want to start out with
that means a lot, Bernie. Appreciate that, brother.
That's nice.
Let me tear it up in here, B.
Saquon Barkley is a pro. And I don't think we speak enough about that. Like, we should be giving him his flowers so that the kids playing sports now see what, like, a teammate is.
Yeah.
I also think that the players are flying planes over, and this may be a crazy take. I think that the players are the ones flying the planes over. I feel like that they are going to stick it to management and the GM that they're going to give up a few tackles for Saquon to break it. That why did you sign Danny? Not take on this guy.
I got that.
I can't wait to hear your response.
No, I think that's legit. They can do that.
That's
to say,
something
we know players do that.
The only thing I would question is we often forget because we think of the Saquons, Lamar, Josh Allens, and Patrick Mahomes. A lot of guys are middling players, and like I can't afford to, miss tackles, not do that because it looks bad on tape.
But it can't be obvious.
But you know what I mean. Like a lot of dudes. Tackles. This is why people always get messed up with tanking. It's like, I can't look bad on. I know y'all want to tank, but I'm a third string DB. I can't afford to be out here trying to tank.